Hatchlings, it's DragonFeather, and welcome back to our channel, and welcome back to the first video of 2017. I am so excited for this year. I don't know if I've said it enough to you guys yet, but I'm really super stoked for this year. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this year because I believe that 2017 is a year for self-love, and for us to really allow ourselves and surrender to ourselves and really give ourselves the gift of self-love. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that today because I believe it is so important, and I have spent the last week or so of my life really just giving to myself because I'm so sick and tired of giving my energy and my love and my effort to people who don't appreciate it, and people who ignore it or throw it away or anything like that, you know? People who just genuinely don't appreciate what I have to offer. I feel like we can all agree on the fact that we have those people in our lives that don't necessarily appreciate us all the way. They don't exactly support us the way we want them to, and sometimes it can really kind of suck. That's why I feel like this year is a year for self-love, because it's time to give back to ourselves, because the greatest gift you can give is the gift of self-love. And I wanted to talk about this for the first video for 2017 because I feel like this is the year to really develop a strong, healthy relationship with ourselves. And I don't claim to be some fucking relationship expert or I know what I'm talking about. I don't have like a degree or anything, but I'm speaking from my personal experience. And along my journey, I have given myself to boyfriends, girlfriends, family, friends, you know, just people that have been in my life, and I would jump from person to person to person, and I never really sat down and loved myself. And that's kind of been the lesson that I've been learning over the past week or so. And I wanted to really share that with you guys because ever since I realized that, I have been working every single day to make it better somehow, to uplift my atmosphere in some way, shape, or form, and to really just make myself a better person for me, not for anyone else but me. I really want to make new friends this year, and before I do that, I want to become the person who I've always been meant to be and really resonate with myself and be really secure and safe within myself and love myself 110% before I go out and meet new people, because I want to attract the right types of friends. If I'm out of balance, I'm going to attract out of balanced people. If I'm in balance, I'm going to attract balanced people. So the act of self-love is, I feel, an act of, you know, balancing yourself, grounding and centering yourself within yourself, and really developing that connection with yourself and able to have positive self-talk, because, excuse my iPod, and have positive self-talk, because it's so unbelievably important to really give that to yourself, because if you don't love yourself 100%, how in the world are you supposed to love someone else 100%? If you don't give yourself to yourself 100%, how can you give yourself 100% to someone else? I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about self-love today and some ways to exercise self-love, because I think it's extremely important. And the reason why I bring it up is because I talk a lot about witchcraft on this channel and a lot about spirituality on this channel. And I believe, and from my personal experience, that the spiritual path, especially witchcraft, Wicca, and stuff like that, those are paths of self-love. And let me explain. When we look at Wicca for a second, Wicca is a very personalized religion and pretty much is going to be different for every single person. Everyone interprets it differently, and some people use certain parts of Wicca, some people don't. This is just an example, you know. And the reason why that's so beautiful is because we're taking time to listen to ourselves, to what we love about the world, and to put that into practice for ourselves and nobody else. It is a practice for you, and that is an act of self-love. I feel like a lot of people might feel stuck in their practice because they may not necessarily understand that. They may not know how to love themselves. I know that I still struggle doing it, you know? I wasn't taught in a healthy way how to love myself, so I've been having to learn along the way. I feel like a lot of us are in that same boat. And so we gotta stick together, you know, but at the same time, we really gotta break away and really replenish ourselves and fill our own cup. Oh my goodness, my phone. Self-love has always been a challenge for me in my life because I knew deep down in my soul that self-love was the answer to happiness. I feel like, maybe not the answer, but it's the beginning or the key to happiness is loving yourself. And again, this is my personal opinion from my personal experience. You're more than welcome to disagree with me in the comments or agree with me. It's totally personal and an individual point of view that I have. I feel like when we are in balance with ourselves and we give ourselves to ourselves and love ourselves fully, truly, and 100% and allow that to happen and, you know, have the positive self-talk, I believe that it opens the door to happiness. It opens the door to inner peace. Because when we can be grounded, centered within ourselves, not needing anyone else's validation, anyone else's love, care, or affection, because we are, you know, completely satisfied with ourselves, then we become even stronger. We become even more powerful and more influential and higher vibrational, and our consciousness will raise to a higher state of love. By loving ourselves and by filling our own cup and by healing ourselves, we in turn love the world and heal the world. And we are a part of this earth. You and me, the camera I'm talking to, and wherever you're sitting right now, it's a part of the earth. We are all a part of this earth. We are all interconnected and we are interdependent. And the biggest illusion in this world is the illusion of separation, for we are never alone. We are never truly alone. When we realize this, we can understand that by loving ourselves and through loving ourselves, we can accept who we are, and then we can grow. We can grow even further into who we've always been meant to be. And some ways that you can exercise self-love is by doing the things that you're most passionate about. So for example, I love making videos, I love practicing my craft, I love making music, and I love creating things, and I love being artistic. And by me doing all of those things, I am expressing my passion for the things that I love the most. And by doing so, it really gives my life value because I am expressing self-love to myself. Does that make sense? When we allow ourselves to do that and we really surrender ourselves to self-love, we open a new window of opportunity for ourselves to maybe experience something that we would have been closed to beforehand. I know for me personally along my journey, one way that I have learned to exercise self-love is just by the basic taking care of yourself, you know what I mean? Like chores, like keeping your bed clean and your carpet clean and keeping your room clean and, you know, keeping your body clean and brushing your teeth and, you know, making sure you have clean clothes to put on. Like those little tiny things that you can do that may not seem so fun to do. Like I hate doing laundry, I'm just gonna be honest. But when we take the time to invest in ourselves, we are in turn reaping the benefits, because when we invest into ourselves, we are giving ourselves to ourselves, and this in turn gives us value. I think that is so incredibly important, and I feel like a lot of people look for love in others, like I did, you know, my whole life pretty much, because we were either too afraid to look in the mirror and love ourselves. We have these false beliefs about ourselves that we're ugly, or that we have self-hatred, or that we feel like we are a victim of our past. I know I have been there. And when we come from a place of wanting to love and wanting to grow and wanting to really take the next step in our own life, we really give ourselves the opportunity to become our greatest version. I wanted to express that because I feel like this year is a very, very big turning point for everybody if we want it to be. Because it's in your control. You have all the power in the world, and it is completely your decision to love yourself. And it is your decision to not love yourself. It is in your power, and it is your choice. And by choosing to love yourself, you are choosing a lighter, you know, form of being. You are choosing to raise your vibration. You are choosing to you know, be happy, open yourself, and experience the greatest gift you can give. Maybe some would disagree with me that self-love is the greatest gift you can give, but in my experience, it has been the greatest gift. And, you know, we all have had our fair share of suffering, and, you know, we don't need to explain the itty-gritty details of what we've been through, but we know that we were there, and we know that if we're standing here right now, that we survived it and we overcame that, and choosing to celebrate the accomplishment of overcoming your hardships rather than hating yourself for who you may have become. It's a matter of perspective, and it's completely your choice to choose how you want to see a situation. Just like magic, you know, like if you can choose to believe in it or you can choose to not believe in it, and depending on what you choose, you will experience it accordingly. And when you choose to experience self-love and you really take those tiny baby steps, you know, it's not like you have to like jump into a pool of I fucking love myself, you know what I mean? Like, take it easy. You know, it's a journey, enjoy the journey. And when you take those steps to really invest in yourself, it's it's priceless. You can't put a price on it. You cannot put a price on self-love. And self-love is something that no one can take away from you, and something that no one can destroy or alter. The only thing that can change the way you feel about yourself is you. The only person who has power over that is you. And by accepting that, by accepting the responsibility that you have to yourself as a human being to love and care for yourself, you in turn will make all of your other relationships so much more, what's the word I'm looking for? Full and fruitful, and it will bring more value to those relationships as well, and it will help you express love to others in a way maybe you never could before. And so I just wanted to express that to you guys, and I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about self-love, because I personally have struggled with self-love, and you know, I'm not gonna get into the whole fucking story of my life right now, but I can tell you that along my journey, I used to really not like myself, and it has been a long journey to get to where I am now, and I am just so grateful for every day that I have, and every day that I have, I want to love myself more than I did the day before, you know? And in turn, I want to share that love with everyone else around me, and with the world around me, and with you guys, and with whoever I meet in life, you know? By choosing to invest that time into myself, by choosing to invest myself into myself, I grow myself on a level that isn't I grow myself on a level that I couldn't have done before trying to get to that point any other way. Does that make sense? I feel like that might have not made sense. I'm trying, guys, I'm trying. I know that sometimes we have a hard time looking in the mirror, and we have a hard time, you know, being honest with ourselves, and sometimes we're ashamed of what we've done in our past, and you know, we've all been there, myself included. You know, I'm not saying that I'm some goddess, because I'm not, I'm human. And we've all had those hardships that we've had to overcome, and maybe we're still going through those hardships. And for those of you who are still going through those hardships, who are still, you know, feel like there's nothing left for you in the world, there is, because you can always give yourself the gift of self-love. You always have that ability. Even if you don't know how, you can just say, I love myself today, and I love myself forever, and I will love myself forever, and I will do everything I can to express love to myself from here on out. I am loved, I am loving, I am lovable, so mote it be kind of thing. It's really powerful when you step into a space of self-love and try to embody self-love, because when you do this, you shine the brightest. When you embody self-love, you shine the brightest that you ever possibly could, because your cup is at its fullest. You know what I mean? When you love yourself, you are at your fullest, and therefore you are able to give more of yourself to others in a healthy way, because you give to yourself. And it's good to give to yourself before you give to others, because if you give to others before you give to yourself, you will feel empty. I have experienced this, and I wanted to share it with you guys and kind of talk about it for the new year. So I hope that helped you guys. I hope that you guys, you know, kind of needed that maybe. I don't know, maybe this video will help somebody out there who may struggle with loving themselves, and, you know, for my future self, hey, love yourself, it's okay, you can do it. For today's question, I guess I wanted to ask you guys to leave in the comment section below one thing that you absolutely love about yourself. And one thing that I love about myself is my ability to, what's the word? To persevere. The one thing I love about myself is the fact that I can persevere through the hardest times, through the darkest of nights, and come out shining bright again. And you can do it too. You can do it too. You can love yourself too. And it's okay to cry, you know, sometimes when we talk about self-love, we get emotional because it's not there sometimes, or it hasn't been. And coming across this like revelation of like, you need to love yourself, like this is the year to do it, you can do it, was just kind of like, wow, like no wonder why I might have felt empty for so long, because I never sat down and said, I love you, Jenny. You know, it's good to say that to yourself in a mirror or in a camera like I am, because that's what I do. You know, but sit in front of a mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself today, because you deserve it and you are worthy of your own self-love. So I hope that this helped you. I can't wait to hear what you guys love about yourselves. I know that sounds cheesy, but I'm excited to read the comments. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day and you guys had a great start to your new year. I've had a pretty good new year myself. I've been very peaceful and I did some yoga today, so I am all about that. I'm trying to like change my life, you know? It's time to change it. It's time to fucking raise it higher and higher and higher, because we need to, you know, embody that love. We need to really bring that love to the world, because the world fucking needs it. By loving yourself, you can love the world. So with that being said, I'm going to get going for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But until next time, stay geeky, cheeky, and freaky, little hatchlings. Blessed be, and bye.